Hi guys, so today I have a new video for you sponsored by Tonic Studios for their new showcase. It is the oven stamp and die set. Super cute, if you can see already. It's going to be a three-dimensional kind of project. They did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links that I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. So nice size die set. Of course, I get samples, so they look like this, but yours will be packaged differently. And then a photopolymer stamp set. So let me just open this up, so maybe there'll be a little less glare, but I doubt it. Oh, these smell amazing. So good. So what you have with the stamps are like your sentiments. If you want to stamp on there, bake with love, made just for you. You know, you're the sweetest, from our home to yours. Sending sweet wishes, homemade from the kitchen of, and then a little space, which is really cute. You can use that on anything, tags, all kinds of stuff. This is so cute. I just noticed that for like the inside of the oven, if you want it to look like you have some little cupcakes baking in there. We have accents for the mitt and like for the little dish towel or rag or however. Grandpa's kitchen, grandma's kitchen, and then we have little accent pieces for like the knobs or however you want to use them, right, for the stove. And then some little decorative accents there. And then this is the main piece here. Actually, you know what? When I was thinking about this, I was like, oh, I should show you guys. This was featured in the Tonic magazine, the official magazine, issue 4. And so you'll see it here. And so you kind of have an idea of some of the different things, but see the little box. And of course, you saw in the intro, the thumbnail. So you can cut out that space. You can just decorate it, whatever you want. You have a little handle, and the box opens in the front. So it's like a gift box, but also, because it's an oven, right? So it opens here. And yeah, so as you can see, it's decorated in different ways on this one. Super cute, super sweet. Look at that. They had some little pastry in there for that one. Super adorable. I can't get over the little waffle. That is so cute. Okay, so on the die set, we have our base dies. So of course, there's these two larger pieces that are going to help you make your box. So you can see that notches into this guy over here. Sorry. And so you make your box very easily with these pieces. And then, as you can see, to decorate, I mean, we have this matte layer. We have this really cool like mesh, kind of lattice looking inlay. On this side you have the same piece, but it has little dots on it. And then this one is like an emboss layer. We have this piece just to do some matte layering. Again, I just removed that that larger piece. Maybe I should have left it there so you can see where that came from. Again, we have the little range, which is awesome because it cuts out on one piece. Easy, you know, peasy there with that one. We have little knobs if you want to add them to the strip, or if you want to stamp it, then add the knobs, however you want, one or the other, or both, or mix. And then we have the back of the oven. So after you make your box, this little portion goes in the back, and I'll show you again what that looks like. Right here, so you have that piece, and then you have a decorative inlay if you want. You know, this one they put the grandma's kitchen there. This one they did the embossing. However you like. I love putting the sentiment on the little like cookie sheet. That's really cute. Let me put this over here. So again, that's this portion here. So we have that larger piece, and then we have the inlay piece, and then we have the embossing or the lattice to go back to whatever it is that you want to decorate with here. We have what looks like a cookie sheet. This is also a cookie sheet, or, well, a griddle kind of pan, or however you want to place this up, right? We have like a cutting board or a cheese board. We have this piece that cuts out all at once, which is really nice, that has all the utensils, so you just stick it to the side of your little oven. This piece also cuts out at once, but we do have inlay pieces that you can use for the little dish towel and for your oven mitt, or again, you can stamp those things, so you can leave that out, these inlays, and then just stamp them if you like to do that. The handle, you guys, okay, so if this is a cookie sheet, or you can use this to cut out the front of the oven so you can see into it, maybe add some acetate. The cookies all cut out at once, and look how cute these cookies are. They're just adorable, super, you know, Christmassy. You can do every day, though, if you want to pick out just a few of them, and maybe not the gingerbread man or like the one with the snowflake, but that embosses. I mean, how cute are these? And then over here, this is just, oh my gosh. So again, accent pieces there. You have a piece of toast. You have like a little, another skillet or like a little pot or pan. From the top, it looks like it may be a pot. Again, a skillet or waffle maker, or you can use this and make it look like a pie and make it look like a waffle. I mean, there's a little egg, and it cuts the center, so you can put a little yellow center with your white egg. Again, a little pan. I mean, this is just super cute. And then we have made with love with little hearts. Again, you can pair this up with these guys over here, I believe, because that's what it looks like it fits into. And then this one says, have a sweet day. Oh my gosh, you guys. Super cute. So let me get some basic items going for the paper, you know, for our box, and accents and all that kind of cute stuff, and we will get right to it. So just for my basic oven pieces, I'm going to cut from black paper. So we need that guy, we need this guy, and if we think about it, this is going to fold over, and this one's going to be like in here somewhere, you know, however it is. I think I only need one of each of these, but if that changes, I will let you know, of course. And then we also need this portion that's going to go in the back, so that kind of finishes off the box. So we need that also. I'll do it in black. You can do it in accent color, of course. I usually decorate after I have everything put together, so I'm just going to do this. If you want to, you know, build in your little oven, like an opening like this, you can do it now, or you can do it afterwards, after you see kind of what's going on, however it is that you want. But I'm just going to leave it without having that opening for now. So let me just run these pieces through. These are our very base pieces, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So I've just placed it on the tangerine. You can cut these, of course, in any machine that'll cut thin metal dies, just because I have this one big sheet, I put it through there. But I do want to measure these dies for you, just so you have that info, and sometimes I forget to do it right at the top. I always mean to, but let's see. From the widest point to this little, like, metal to metal, it's just about 3.5 inches, and the length is just under 10 inches. So, I mean, even a small machine can cut this pretty well there. And then again, that's the largest one, so it goes small from there, 6.25 by 3.5. So let's just say 3.5 as far as the width on that one. And then we have the other pieces that are a little bit smaller from there. And again, if you want to decorate while they're flat, go for it. And this one, I'm going to go ahead and put it together because I want you to see how this gets put together. And then we'll talk about decorating it, of course. Let me put these back on the carry. I'll bear it back. What I'm going to do right now is just go ahead and take these and score them. So this guy, we're scoring it in. And I don't know if you can see how cute and stylized these ends of this paper are. I'll show you just right now. That is the bottom of your little oven. So it has a cute little rounded look. Archway there. So it's going to be something like that, right? And then we have these glue tabs. Of course, we're going to score in. And where you're actually going to cut in the oven door if you want. I have something in my throat today, and I keep having to pause just for that. If you do want an oven door, we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Just go ahead and fold that in too. You're going to cut it into this piece, which seems odd because you think it's in that larger piece or something, but this one kind of curves around and underneath. So again, I had talked about how this little tab, hold on, let's just score all that in. I had the wrong side facing up, so everything's scoring in, right? So the nice cut sides over here. This little guy is going to go in here, right, in that little opening right in there. I'm not going to do it quite yet. So if you have that there, then if you envision this, this is going to go around here, and this is going to go around here, and then we have the back piece. So it's that easy, and then you just put that on there, right? So it's really nice. So to get started with this, I'm trying to see what I want to do first. So this is the back portion. I don't think this goes all the way down to the floor, like to the ground level. Well, I guess it could. It depends. Okay, so if you put this all the way down, down, you're going to have that much of this peeking out, right? So if you put it a little higher up, you're going to have more. So it just, you know, what do you want? Do you want it all the way lined down to the bottom, or however? Before I end up covering that up, we can also have this guy placed. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut that accent piece, and I think I'm going to mix and match. We'll do this one. So I'm going to run this guy through on this silver paper that I have here, just to have that on there before we start gluing that part down, okay? So I'm going to run this through and I'll be right back. Look at that. How beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to glue that down. Again, just because it might tuck in the back, I don't know how much it's going to actually tuck in there, so I'm just going to glue this down. And if you want to pop it up later, whatever it is that you like to do. But for right now, I'm going to put this on here, leaving a little border, of course, whatever looks natural, you know. Bring it over this way a little bit. Okay, and I'll hold that down for just a minute and I'll be right back. This portion, again, let's bring this guy over. And now you can really see how or where, how low or high you want that. So if we're right at the floor level, it's going to look like that, just peeking out the back. Or you can bring it up a little bit higher, like up here. Basically at the end of the tabs, right? So if you look from the inside, the tabs are there. So that's probably what I'm going to do. And to do this, I'm just going to bring this over. And let's do one tab. And I'm looking at the base of the tab. And this little guy. And butting it up right to the very end of this here. I'm going to let that set up just for a minute before I move on to the other tabs. So again, if you have this here and you want this to have your little oven door, you would put the oven door die if you're going to make like a hole, probably this one or this. Well, let me grab them both. So these two are the ones that look like they're together there with the cookies. You can do this one, you can do this one. If you want to do like a rim on this to make it look cute, frame it out, then you should do the smaller one. And then pass these together through a different color of paper, and then that'll make you a little frame that you can put around. Put acetate on the back, of course. However you like to design that. We'll probably do a die cut, so I'll do that in just a minute. And in here, just going to bring this away. And put my glue across there, and I'll probably just go ahead and finish it off now too. So of course we want glue. Keeping it away from our decoration there. And just bring that in. So again, since this is the first time I made this and I didn't know where I wanted to place this back portion, I went ahead and added my piece. But you can see if you do it that way, if you level these guys out with the ends of your tab, then you have plenty of room to add that later. Okay. But if you want it a little bit lower, you know, add to the sturdiness back here where it touches the surface wherever you're going to put it on, then you definitely want to add that before. That looks so cute already. Okay. And then we have this guy. So of course we have the 3 tabs that are going to glue down in here. And then this guy just tucks in. So I'm going to do those all at once. Again, whenever I do something like this, I like the glue tabs to be kind of pushed out, flexed out just a little bit. That way when they touch the wall of wherever you're putting it, it has some tension instead of just being tucked in and it doesn't really touch, right? So I'm going to bring this over. I'm going to open this up just a little bit as I slide this in. And what I'm looking for right now is I am sliding it in so that the very base of this is touching on the edge. Okay, I'm going to set it down so I can see that better. Have some control. There we go. Put this up here, this up here. So now that bottom edge is touching, I'm holding the sides. And before I really just hold it and make sure that's where we want it, I want to lock this in to make sure it's touching the right spot. That looks pretty good. It can probably be a little bit lower. So let me bring this side down a little bit. See what I'm saying? If I didn't test it and then that just set up, then I probably wouldn't be able to close this up. That one side was a little bit high. So there we go. Nice and flush. You have about a 1/4 inch there maybe here. And then this guy's touching the back. And that is the basic shape, you guys. Oh my gosh. Let me measure it right now before I forget. So you know your little gift box, what it can hold. Hold quite a few candies for sure. 2 3/4, a little bit bigger than that. By again 2 3/4, I'm assuming it's a square. Yeah, so 2 3/4 inch square. Box, of course, the little extra bits that make it a little bit taller and stuff, but that's what it holds. And then now, you know, how do we want to decorate it? So let's see, we have Made with Love, and then we have this piece here. I want to see something. Yeah, oh, this piece also has a little embossing around the edge. I know it's something small, but a really nice little detail. So we have Made with Love, so let's do that. I'm trying to decide my color palette. I do want to use a lot of silver and things, so let me think about it. We do need something for our little range, and you don't have to. Let's say you're going to put a cookie, you know, plate on top or your pan. Maybe it's going to cover a lot of it up, so if you don't want to put this detail, you don't have to. We also have this matte layer. So let me grab some colors and see what I want to accent this with, and I'll be right back. Just for these basic layers, I think this is going to be silver. I'll put that in there. And then black for the little, and then black for this part of the range there. So that'll be silver and black. And then on the sides, I think I'm going to go with like red. Why not, right? And we can do the, you know, this has silver with a little embossing. I think I'm going to do this red with just on its own like that. So the black is showing through, but again, if you want, you know, accent it with something else. So of course these are going to be taped together, taped down so they don't move. I'll run through 2 of those, so we'll have one on either side. We can do the words made with love. Again, let me see here. If I use that as like a little door. So we can do this even in black just to accent it, right? And then cut this out of red. So this is just going to give an extra layer. It's not going to show much. So we'll do that one also in red. We'll cut this out of black. Those are some really basic things. And then we'll talk about doing like our little knobs and all that other stuff. So let me run these things through and I'll be right back. I have one of these guys cut out. So again, we'll just take a moment to really clean that out. Look at that. Oh my gosh. So cool. And I'll clean out my little range too. Just clean out these little bits. And I'll cut out one more and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so let's bring this over. We're gonna glue this onto here. Again, my door isn't going to open, but you know what, actually maybe I'll put dimensionals on that just to give it a little bit of dimension. A little differentiation there. And I'm just putting a little glue here and there. The words aren't super tiny, so you can do that pretty well. And again, that's what I'm using for my door. You can do whatever you like. To him made with love. That glue will dry clear, no worries. And then this guy, I think it's a perfect square. I was gonna say, I don't think that you have to put it a certain way. Yeah. You know what? Let me use a runner tape on this because I don't want my pretty metallic paper to get warped in any way. And so we'll put that there. And then we have our little range pieces. And okay, so it's up to you. I mean, do you want that right just in the center? I think it just depends on where you're from. Typically, like in the US, ours are kind of in the middle, and then their little knobs and things are over here. I mean, whatever, you know, if you want to put it over here and put like the little guy here. I don't know. I think I'm just going to put this on top. Okay. Well, actually, let's see. Let's see what this looks like. We have this here. We have the door. Maybe put those there. Maybe I put it a little further up like this. And I still put in some little knobs. And I think I'm going to stamp and cut the knobs just because a lot of times I do a lot of die cutting, and I'll just show you, you know, using some of the stamps. So we'll do that too. So we'll put our controls here with a stamp. And then this guy. So then these guys, again, pretty much just like, oh, what I did right now, I'm going to make sure this is all cleaned out. Put some glue on the very sides. And then, you know, that's the basic construction. And then it's whatever you want to decorate. Really, really cute. You can put, obviously, the holders on both sides, like the utensils and your little towel and mitt, or just things on one side, or whatever you want to put on top that looks super cute, the little saucepans and pots and all that. So anyway, I'm going to hold this down and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Sorry, so I opened it up so I can kind of get in there and really push against here, and I just laid it down, went like that. Really get those side pieces on now. Cute. So let's clip that back in. And then I have this ready to go, but I don't know if I should stick it down yet because I do want a few different things, like the little handle. I guess we can leave it there like that. You know what? Just to give it a little more texture, what I'm going to do with this is run it through black paper again. So I'm going to get a square, and then I'll be right back and show you what I'm going to do with this. Okay. So I'm going to take that little black square. Again, it's the same one that we used for the very top, just the matte layer. And I'm going to take that embossing piece. Sorry, this piece here. Even though it's a different shape and it's for a different part, what I'm going to do is just take that and just center as well as I can on here. So it's basically going to go to the top to the bottom. It's going to miss the sides a little bit. I run this through and I'll be right back. Okay, and I just have a little texture on there. Just a little something different. Why not? So I'm going to glue this down and then I'll pop that on there and then we'll put our handle on and all that. So let me just... It just kind of echoes the little piece that's up here. It looks lovely. So I'll hold that down and I'll be back. And in the meantime, I'll also go ahead and just cut a little handle just to have the front of it completed. So I'll take this guy right here and just cut it out of some silver paper. Okay, so I have that. And so now we're just going to take this guy, pop it on there. That looks so nice. So handmade with love right there. And you can open this up, it doesn't have to stay there, so you can squish it down. And then this little guy, I'm going to give him a little bit of a zhuzh, make him a little rounder. So these little guys are going to be glued down like this. You can give a really good pop if you want. Just depends on how close you glue them together. So just a little glue there, a little glue here. And, oh my gosh. Just going to center that. That looks good. So I'll hold those down and I'll be right back. You guys, I mean, you have got to be kidding. Look how cute. It just looks like an old cast iron, like super sturdy oven. You know, I was thinking though, actually, if you wanted to make like another rack on the inside, have two partitions, like the top and bottom or however, you can definitely take, let me just, put the lid on this. This guy. Go ahead and run it through, and really you just want this portion, so if you want to run it through just this amount of paper, or you can run the whole thing through, but either way you're going to cut this whole piece off, and now you have the tabs that would glue in here, because it's going to be the same thing as what's going on down here, right? You just reinforce it, so it's just going to go in there, and I would put it this way and the tabs facing down, and now you have two little racks if you want to put two different kinds of treats or whatever. Maybe you baked a couple different kinds of cookies. Oh, that'd be cute, and one down here, one up here. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, just an idea. It'll fit the same just because it's exactly the same as the base, so it'll just fit in there really nicely. So we have all that, and we were going to do some stamping, so let me grab this and from the stamp set. Again, this same piece right here will do your little piece that if you want to do for the knobs, if you want to cut the knobs, they're right here, or if you want to cut this guy, or if you want to cut the word Grandma's Kitchen or Grandpa's Kitchen, they all fit in here, right? So we have that. I mean, we just have all kinds of things in here, so cute. Let me think. I guess, I don't know, this one? They're just a little slightly different. This one has like that little section in the middle where the other one doesn't, and I just want to make sure that I have enough space for that. Okay, so let's just ink this up. And actually, let me get that ready. I was thinking, well, I might as well use VersaFine. If I'm going to use VersaFine, I should seal it with some embossing powder. Where's my embossing powder? So, found that. Just going to get VersaFine ink. This is a photopolymer stamp, so it might have a little dispersion layer, a little stickiness to it. But when it's a thin line like this, it usually doesn't bother anything. But the first few stamps, you might want to stamp them off on something else, but check that out, of course. Really nice. And I just got ink all over my hands. Let me get a scrap of paper. Let's get some clear embossing powder just to set that up, and then it'll also give it a nice look, right? I didn't take the time to use an embossing buddy or anything like that. I'll pour this back in just a second. I'll hit this with my heat tool to set that embossing powder, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so we have that, and I'm just going to cut this out, and you can see pretty well right through there. Just like that. Of course, tape it down so it doesn't move on you. And we'll cut that out. And in the meantime, I'm also going to cut what's going to look like a little pie, I think. Again, it's a waffle, it's whatever you want, so I'm going to run that through. I mean, there's lots of stuff on here, but I think I'm going to do is this little guy. And just to differentiate from the silver that's already there, I'm going to cut silver, like this bright, or shiny silver, should I say. So I'm going to cut that out of there. I'm going to cut this from a piece of like tan colored paper. That little too light tan. I'll find something. Well, you know what? I'll find some craft cardstock. I think that looks good. So I'll run this through a little piece of craft card. Actually, I have some right here. And then I'm going to make it like a cherry pie. So I just eyeballed that. Hopefully that works. I think we got it. I'll run that through and I'll be right back. So we have this little guy. How cute is that? Of course we have this we're gonna put on here. And then we have our little pie that, or waffle or whatever it is that you want to imagine that to be. Let's see if I can get it out. See if there's an ejector button for this little guy. There it is. Look at that, how cute. But what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna glue it to this red paper and do my best just to cut around that. So let me just glue this down. If this glue will work for me now. There we go. Not the best gluing in my life there, but I'll wait for that to set up and then I'll glue this in the meantime. Right there. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm just going to take a moment to kind of fussy cut this little guy. And basically all I'm going to do is kind of divot under the little brown edge and just trim away that excess, okay? So I'll be right back. Sorry if that was kind of out of focus there. Okay, so I have our little pieces here. I'm just going to pop that on there. You can pop it up if you want. I'm just going to glue that down. And again, we have tons of sentiments. You want to put like cookie sheet with a little, you know, made with love or whatever. I just usually put something like that. I'll probably pop that up on a dimensional. And I'm just thinking how I want to finish this up. So I think what I'm going to do is for the little dish rag and things, I'm going to cut this out of black paper. And then I'll run this through again in just a minute with the inlays, okay? But I'll be right back. So for the first piece, we're going to use this black. So I have that. And that's going to be the main piece we're going to stick down. And again, you can have a little space like that. However you want to glue this down. Glue it there. I think I'm probably going to fold it back just to give a little dimension, kind of like the way it looked. And then for this one, I'm going to run it through this red paper. You can leave it off the side because all we want is this part. So I'm just going to glue that. Not glue that, but do that and place that right there. I'm going to place this here. I'm going to run that through, and that's going to give me a little piece with the red, with the lattice. And I'm going to do the same thing, run it through some white paper on this side with this guy inlaid, okay? And I'll be right back. What I was going for. I really just want the glove, okay? And on this side, again, like I said, I'm going to run it through some white paper just on this side that I need here. And again, tape down so it doesn't move. And I'll be right back. And then this, you know, as we're doing this, it's whatever you want. If you want to do the stamping, there's stamping. There's all these different things. So to clean this up, I'm just going to obviously take all those pieces out. And then when I come over here, if I want the white rag part, what I'm going to do is just cut this top part off pretty straight. Just to there. And I like the little black accent piece there, so I'm going to go and just nick off those little guys right there. Just following the contour. Okay, I'll finish cleaning those guys off. And then this guy, I think I'm just going to use this bottom part. So I'm going to cut away this so that the loop is just like a little black loop. And clean it out. And I'll be right back. Just cleaned up a little bit there. So with this little guy, I'm just going to dab, dab, dab. Place it right on here. You want a paper piece back in there? Of course, you can definitely do that. Just making sure we have all that. And then this little guy here. So I'm going to hold those down just to make sure everything's set, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so on this one again, I'm just going to put it like this. So you can put it, you know, where do you want to put it? Wherever it is that you like, I'll put it on this right side. And then we have the utensil side too, or you can, maybe if you're doing something more savory, you know, with your decorations. And you can just place that wherever you like. I'm just curving it back. Holding that down. I'll hold it down for just a little bit and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I held that down there. And you know, it's funny because on my own range, if I bake something, a lot of times I do just put it right on top because Actually, my oven is separate from my range anyway. I have a double oven that's in the wall, and then I have the range. And just let it sit there to cool off, whatever it might be. But someone might think that's you're just cooking that up. So I thought, you know what, I'll make a little tray. So I made this little wood tray. We'll put that there, and we'll put this guy on top. That way, it just kind of helps out there. So it's a little wood tray, all right, holding that piece. Just a little something else. So let's go ahead and glue that piece down. Actually, I'm gonna put a little bit more glue since, you know, there's a little bit of, let's move there. Okay. And there it is. Thank you so much, Tonic, for sponsoring this video, for sending these items for you. This is adorable. I mean, there's as little or as much as you want to do, you know, decorate it with all the different decorations. Again, do you want it savory? Are you making breakfast? Are you making dinner here? Or what are we doing? Are we making, you know, cookies, desserts? This one, like I said, looks like a little cherry pie. Just super cute. I put a dimension on the back of that, guys. So this is our little box. Again, just shy of 3-inch square. And I mean, you can even use that to open it, but look at that. Oh my gosh, you guys. Super cute. So images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box. Oh my goodness. And I will see you guys at the next one. Bye now.